Hi, everyone. Fired up with Krista and Rachel. Thanks so much for being here. We have got Rachel Bodner here with us today, and she is a real estate agent and professional just like you, going in the grind of it. Hi, Rachel. How you doing?
Hey, good. How are you, Krista?
I'm glad to have you here.
Thank you. It's good to see you. I've missed you.
I know, I miss you too. So talk to me. What's going on? Tell me about your business. What are you doing right now?
So my business has been really, really good at the moment. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time, so it's gradually gotten better. But when I started your program last year, it really started to take off. I never knew anything about social media, and I was kind of scared of it. And then all of a sudden, once I got used to it, it's kind of like easy for me now. And I'm kind of in a, in a Zen role where I get it together, get my videos together, get them online, and see what happens. I've also hired people to help me, which is something I've never done before either. So you really got me started to really take my business to the next level, I have to say.
Aw, thank you. So the program helped you then, so your business increased after taking it.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean, I will tell you, it took a little while. It wasn't immediate. I know some people are like, oh, it's immediate. And I see it didn't happen for me like that. It probably took a good 3-4 months before I really felt comfortable in front of the camera and really was able to put a bunch of videos out there. I probably have a good 26, 27 videos now out, on YouTube and on Facebook and all over the place. And I'm going to keep going.
It takes time. We tell everyone, don't expect it to take time. The whole idea behind the program, it's like, of course we teach you how to do videos and how to feel comfortable. There's so much more to it on the back end of it. And it's really a strategy on how to become a community market leader. And we tell people, don't expect to get leads. Don't expect to see anything, honestly, for a couple months.
Yeah.
And if any program tells you otherwise, it just isn't the way a buyer or seller works. It takes time to develop that relationship. So I'm really glad that you said that.
Yeah. I mean, I have a lot of leads that are continuing just to come in now. And I have a few different people in my office. They're not on my team because I never wanted a team, but that I kind of say, here, try to call this one, try to call this one, try, that kind of thing. And they still just do keep steadily, slowly but steadily keep coming in.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. So tell me a little bit about how your business was before and what is different from going through the program. Like, tell me a little bit about that, kind of like before and after.
I mean, honestly, I was a good realtor before. I was pretty, I did a lot of business, but it has increased. What I think the biggest thing is people are telling me now that they're seeing me all over the place. Like even just today, right before this meeting, one of the agents said to me, oh my God, Rachel, I see you everywhere. And I go, you mean on social media or in the, or in the town? He's like, both,
Yeah.
So that I think is the biggest thing. And people will come up to me and go, how do I know you? That kind of stuff. So I think that really helps. And I do have people in my office trying to mimic what I do, but really no one does it here. No one in Boston.
So they might be able to do the video, but they don't know how to properly distribute it. And that's the whole idea is
exactly.
You can video all you want, but if you don't know how to properly utilize the social media platforms, the video is not being seen by anyone. And that's when you know that it's working, is when you hear, I see you everywhere. How do I know you?
Right. That's exactly what's happening. I mean, I have to admit that I do a few other things around town too, but a lot of it is, it's the social media. It's oh, Rachel's good at social media. Well, truthfully, I'm really not that good. It's what I learned from you. And now I have hired someone to really kind of do it for me because I just don't have time.
Yeah, you're busy. That's a good problem to have, isn't it?
Yeah. It is.
So if you were talking to somebody else that, maybe was feeling the way that you felt before you got comfortable utilizing social media and learning to use technology to your advantage, what would you say to them? Because most people feel like it. They're nervous. They're scared.
Right. Oh, yeah. Well, just dive into it, really. I mean, you don't know how many takes I do on my videos. So and no one sees those. So there's nothing really to be scared of. Like, we're all kind of scared of being put out there and looking like an idiot and all that. But honestly, you're in your own, at least me, I'm in my own house. I have my studio. From your course, I've set up a big studio in my son's room, who's no longer there. And I have, everything there. I have the lights. I have a wonderful green screen that I love. And I can take as many takes as I want, and who's going to see it? So there's really nothing to be scared of. It's just taking the time and doing it, really. I mean, that's how I look at it. And I really enjoy it. Not only do I like making the videos, I like writing them, and I even like rendering them.
Yeah.
It's all rendering, right?
We were just talking that Rachel likes to actually edit her own videos. I'm like, oh my gosh, send it away. I can't do it. It's too much for me. So, you don't have to have that though, right? I mean, Rachel, if somebody doesn't want to, have the big green screen and all that, can you talk about that? Do you have to have that, do you think, or?
Oh, the whole studio, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, no, no. I mean, I started with not a green screen. I mean, in fact, when I started, people were like, "Oh, you shouldn't use a green screen because you'll look stupid," and But I finally know how to use it. But no, I just started with my little, and I still only use my, camera. I only use my phone. That's it. I had a tripod and a phone, and that's what you told us. Just start that way. And then I started with a white screen that I never really got that used to because it was a sheet and it wrinkled, and I don't know. I didn't like that. And then I just started doing things. Actually, my very first few videos were outside because I thought that looked the best, like in my yard and in front of a house or whatever. So really, you can just take it anywhere. And then I started doing a few like in fun places in my town and stuff like that. And honestly, I have to say that my plan is to interview people in the town. I have not got there yet, but I'm always telling people, "Oh, you're on my list. I want to interview you." Haven't done it yet, but I plan on it. I mean, that could be a good goal for me this year. I'm
Then
going to
make
start
your goal, because you know how powerful, how well it works, and plus if
Yes.
you're hearing I see you everywhere, people are going to want to be able to be on your stuff. So what
Yeah.
else is working for you? I mean, for agents that are out there listening and what do you do? How do you feel that, first of all, what kind of production are you doing? Give us an idea of how much business that you do.
All right. So I'm not good at the numbers, but I do around, I would say 40 plus sales at around 700,000 average a year, in the last few years. This last year, when I started with you, was my best year. I'm hoping this year will be as good, but I started out kind of slow, and now I'm like, all of a sudden it's working again, which is great. So I don't know, I'm considered one of the top in the area, which is great. I don't know how, but
This is a lot, Rachel. That's a lot of business.
yeah, it's pretty good. And I don't have a team. Like, I don't have a team. I literally have people that I'll say can help me, that want to help me, but not a team. And I will give them things as I see fit, and that's it. But not, and with these leads coming in, that's when I started giving people more stuff. I'm like, "Oh, you have to try." And then I also do the whole RealVolve thing that you set us up on. I still do that. It took me forever to get that RealVolve going, but I have a few people in my office now who will go into my RealVolve and just kind of look at it and see what. I'm like, "You can go in, and if you can find someone that you can work with, feel free." And I get a cut of that. And, so a few people have done that. I have two that I have doing that. So little things like that, I've tried to step up my business, but, I still don't want to do a big team. I just don't.
You're doing so good. I'm proud of you. Okay. So
Yeah.
if somebody's watching this right now, listening to this or watching this, and what advice would you give them? I mean, any part of your business, what would you say to either an agent who's been in the business for a long time and wants to do more, or maybe a new person? What would be some of your advice to help them really start to kickstart their business?
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's just as simple as, and I'll be honest, showing up every day. I mean, that is the thing. You show up every day. I mean, it's obvious. You show up every day and you treat it like a real business, and you're going to do okay. Because if you don't have something to do that day, you will find something to do. And in my slow times was when I did your videos, and I should be doing them, more consistent. Right now, I haven't done them, but I plan to do them in a month when I slow down a little bit more. And it makes me feel like I'm doing something toward my business and increasing it, and I am. There are so many people, I think, who get into this business, and they think they're going to get rich fast, and it doesn't happen without a lot of hard work. And then there's so many people who leave, at least in my office. They come, they think they're going to make money, and they leave. But they didn't, they don't treat it like a business. And I think that's the number one thing that you can do, is treat it like a business and do, social media is it these days. We all know that. I mean, that's the way to get seen. Mm-hmm. Get on a program like yours and do it. And if you have nothing else if you have other things going on, make time for this as well. I mean, that's what I have done. I was busy when I started your program, but I knew I wanted that extra. I knew I wanted more, and I still want more. I always want more. You know what I mean?
We all want more. Okay, so show up every day. So go to the office.
That's it.
If you don't have something to do, something will come up. I mean, I will tell you, I remember when I was a new agent, I would show up to the office every single day. In fact, I showed up to the office for 3 months before I even got my license and just watched people.
Yep.
And, that first year I sold 69 houses. So obviously it works to show up every day to the office, right?
Well, that's amazing. I've never sold 69 houses, but yes, it certainly does. It certainly does. That's the other thing I was going to say too, is when you're in the office, at least you hear what's going on with other people, and you can pick up things. So show up. I mean, that's the number one thing. And there's always something to do. I mean, and if you have nothing to do, I would say join your program. I'm not even kidding. And make it your mantra to do a bit every day.
Yeah. And, and whether it's my program or anything else, things can get overwhelming. What is your advice when people get overwhelmed? What would you tell them to do?
It's a good question. I basically just try to take a step back and just, think. One thing I do love about this business is if something, let's say, quote unquote, bad happens in one transaction, you have other transactions that people love you. You know what I mean? Like, usually they go okay, but if there's this one that's not going well, at least I have all these others that are, and they lift me up. I mean, I honestly do this to make people, I love what I do. I love selling houses. I love seeing people thank me. I love, I just love all that. But, once in a while something goes wrong, and you kind of just have to look at it as a big picture. And if you only have one thing going on, that's not going to work. You have to keep throwing things up against the wall. That's what I always say to people. Throw as much as you can up against the wall, because a lot of it's not going to happen. You're going to waste a lot of time, but when something happens, it's great.
It happens.
You look glowing, but I think you put something on it, didn't you?
No. It's a little bit. So we kind of turned off and we turned back on. So we took a little break there, guys, and started getting on the discussion of what I do for my morning routine. So basically, I was telling Rachel that in the morning I do a whole stalk of organic celery and I juice it. And I know you're thinking, oh my gosh, juicing is a pain in the butt, and I hate cleaning the juicer. I don't like cleaning the juicer either, but I love drinking the juice. So I do one thing of celery juice in the morning, just celery juice, nothing else. Then I take a collagen powder, and I do 2 scoops of collagen powder along with 1 scoop of my probiotic stuff that I take. And I do that every single day. And I've been doing the collagen for about a year in my skin. It just really, really helps. So if you're listening, whether you're a man or a woman, collagen powder is the thing. Celery juice will absolutely change your skin, your energy level, all that great stuff. So I encourage you to do it. Okay.
I'm trying it.
I'm going to send you a picture, okay?
Okay, definitely do. Not kidding.
I love the fact that you're telling people, like, show up every day to the office, right? Show up, find something to do. What about, give me some more tips. Like, what else would you say? You obviously said to start, jumping in on social media. People have got to learn social media. What about your mindset? How are you? I mean, real estate is difficult, right? People, we kind of started talking about that, how deals go bad, but you need to remind yourself there's one better in the future. Tell us more about what you do as far as to keep your mind right. Yeah. I mean, for me, I've not been so good about it in the last few weeks, but I do try to work out every day, and it does help. And as much as I hate to do it, I do go. It's so great. I'm here at my office right now, and right next door is a Fit. I don't know if you guys have that everywhere in California. It's just a machine that you get that programs exactly for you. It has a computer. You watch it. You do it literally about a 20 to a half hour workout, and it's all programmed for your body, and you just keep moving and moving. Once I leave there, I'm really happy, but to go there, I'm not. Like, I just force myself to go there. So that's the only thing that I really do. I'm not really that active otherwise, but that does help. Exercise. I mean, yeah. What about your mindset? What do you do to keep your mind intact? Because we all know how important your mindset is. And so any tips or tricks there?
I would like to say I sit here and do mantras like you tell us to do, but I have not done that. I don't. And if you really want to know the truth, I play this little word game on my computer every night before I go to sleep, because I heard that it's good, to like do crossword puzzles for your mind. So if you really want to know, that is what I do.
That is good. That's really great to keep your mind sharp by doing crossword puzzles. It keeps you from getting Alzheimer's and dementia, I've heard.
That's what I heard. So that's why I do it. I'm getting up there,
You're doing around 40 deals a year. No team, nobody's helping you. No official team members. Do you have a transaction coordinator?
No, except for my admin that works in my office. I mean, I tend to keep them pretty busy, but I don't. If I didn't have those admins, we have 2 admins, I would have to hire a translator. There is no way. I would totally hire that person. The one person that I have that I hire that I pay every month, and she just basically, I tell her what I want her to do, and she has great ideas too, is a social media person who is helping me take my videos and do all the stuff like placing it on Facebook. She's helping me with my posts. She's doing all that stuff for me. And I found her through one of the places that you told us to look. I don't know. And then I forget which one it was. And I interviewed a bunch of people, and she was great. I actually had one before her who I hated, got rid of her. And this one's been wonderful, so she has been a godsend too. And that's the only person that I literally pay consistently. I do online leads too. I have to admit, I do the Zillow. I like Zillow. For me, it seems to work. I get my, I have all my reviews on there. I always put my transactions on there. So that does help, even though we're paying.
Absolutely.
It's all a combination of both, of everything. It really is.
And that's exactly right. It's a little bit of everything. You were saying earlier how it just seems like lately you're so busy and people are saying they're seeing you everywhere. It's not just one thing, it's the accumulation of things. And I think that's part of the reason why the program actually does work so well, because it's like you're learning all this new stuff and in conjunction with what you're already doing. And then it's like this snowball. And the more that you do it, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, Yeah,
that's definitely it. And I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket, but this is a new basket for me. So,
yeah, absolutely. Have you
yeah.
found that your referrals have increased? One thing that we've been hearing from a lot of our students is that the referrals are increasing.
You know what? That's absolutely true. And sometimes you don't really say, oh, this is because of this, but people have said, I saw you online. I see you're big in Sudbury or whatever. I'm like, okay, great. So yes, I've had probably, I don't know, maybe 3 this year from that, which is a lot, that is.
Well,
yeah. And it's definitely because, I saw you online. I see that you're big in your town. Okay, great.
Yeah. And
yeah.
People, they remember. I mean, we have one of our students said that his referrals have increased 8 times.
Oh, wow.
Because he said, it's people aren't saying, oh, I'm calling you it's because they're reminded because they're constantly seeing them everywhere. And then what normally you forget, right? We don't think our clients will forget, but they do forget. So
right.
You're talking to someone that's saying, oh, I'm thinking about buying or selling. They don't think to refer you, but when they see you all the time, they're like, oh, they remember how great you were,
That's right. One thing I do that I think we might have talked about in your program, but I was doing it long before your program and it works really well, is every time I sell a house, and I probably have 300, 400, 500, I don't even know now, I do, I put them on this list, and my admin luckily helps me with this. So every time we sell or list a house, it goes to my sphere. And it basically said, Rachel just sold this, Rachel just sold, that kind of thing. Rachel just listed, Rachel just sold. And people will come up to me and say, boy, I don't stop getting postcards from you. And I think that is, one little thing, I would say also to do that. It really works.
Your entire sphere of influence, a postcard that you just sold.
Exactly. And it's pretty, regimented now. Like I don't actually do it my ad. I just give her the list. She sends it out. She's like, okay, and we just send them. And people will say, oh my God, I got 5 from you today or whatever. I got 3 from you today or, and I really think that's helps. And I know I've gotten repeat business out of that because people haven't forgot about me. Even if I don't call them like I should, even if I was at one point sending a Christmas or holiday card to people, like handwritten. I did that for years, and now I do it, but not to everyone. When I first started, I could do it better, and people would like that, handwritten. And then I got on their lists and stuff. And I'm not as good as that now as I should be, but I will tell you that other thing, it's so easy to just keep sending, and they keep seeing how you sell, which is great. But even things like that, if you can send, and I've tried to get the other thing I'm going to try to do and haven't done it yet, but I started getting all my anniversaries in to a place where I'm really going to make sure that every anniversary I say, oh, it's your anniversary. And and I'm supposed to do a bomb thing. I haven't gotten that far. I have not.
If you just do a video that's like a blanket one, like a blanket happy anniversary. And one good idea is for the men, a week prior to their anniversary is to call them or text them or give them a video saying, hey, just a reminder, your wedding anniversary is next week on Friday. Be sure to get your wife some flowers, a card, or maybe some perfume or something like that.
I can't do that, but that's a good idea. But
it'll just go out through real ball.
That's true. Well, I don't really think I talk to people about when they're married and all that. I don't think I get that far. I should, but I don't think I do. I'm talking about their house anniversary, really.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah. So their housing anniversary, I stick in a thing, and I have not gotten good at it yet, but that is going to be on my list for this year too, is to have my person who's helping me get something going on that. And maybe I will do a bomb video, maybe,
Do a bomb. That's simple. If you're not going to do an individual one, that's okay. Just do a blank one. Happy anniversary, happy birthday, happy home anniversary, Merry Christmas, happy Easter, happy New Year, all that good stuff.
And then I can just send it out to everyone. Yeah.
They'll send it out to everyone because in Real Evolve, their birthday dates are in there. It's just automatically positioned to send out their birthday.
Yes. Real Evolve still is confusing to me, I have to admit. I do. But I do have this woman helping me, but it's still a little confusing.
Yeah, there's a lot to it.
Yeah.
For me, I love it because it helps me free my mind up for so many things that it can do and helps keep me top of mind awareness,
Yes, absolutely. It has given me organization, but I can't keep up with it really as well as I should. And that's why I have this woman that I hired. She does social media and my Real Evolve stuff. So
Well, you're selling 40 deals a year without any help. Of course, you're having trouble keeping up. That's normal. That's why you need RealVol.
That's right. That's right. I'm hoping, my goal was to get to 50. I don't know that that's going to happen. I think I did like 42 last year or 44 or something like that. But if I can just keep this pace, I'm getting older, it's fine. And even if I do a little less, my husband said, like this year, I am not on schedule where I should be, although I am catching up now. He's like, Rachel, it's fine. But I'm the one who says it's not fine.
Hey, take a breath. Take a breath.
Right. That's what yeah, I'm sure your husband says the same thing to you, but I'm the one who's like, no, it's not fine.
Calm down. I'm like, you're doing great. I'm like, oh, I want to do better. We all
Right. I think that's
true. To live in the moment and breathe, and live.
That's true. And I have a hard time doing that. If I'm not busy at all times, which is why I love this business, if I didn't have this, I don't know what I would do. That's weird, but it's true. I'd be in the stores.
I think a lot of people are honestly like that. It's like I find myself too. I love being busy. I love being active. If I'm not busy, it's like, what do? I don't have a lot of hobbies. I love cooking. I love boating. But, when my husband's at work, I'm working usually. If he's off doing his, thing, I'm working,
Yeah.
So I'm not doing a hobby with him. I'm either cooking or I'm working. And I'm okay with it because I like to. But I think get out of the habit of just constantly working because we need to give our brains time to rest a little bit.
That is true. I agree. I go on vacation. Don't get me wrong.
Great. I love it. You've been so real. So any last words you want to tell the audience that's listening or any encouragement, if you were just talking to somebody, giving them some advice to leave, what would that be?
Listen to Krista. No. Listen to Krista. No, but also, if you are doing her program, whatever, and it's not working right away, stay with it. Really, that's what it is. And for me, it's honestly life-changing because now I feel like I'm a social media guru, kind of like I can do it. You can look up my YouTube channel. I have a lot of, it's Rachel Bodner Real Estate, I think. I have a lot of videos there that I learned every one of them from you. And I'm going to keep up with it and keep doing it. It's become part of my real estate career. It's part of it. And I love it.
You're doing great. Don't stop.
Yeah, I don't want to stop. And sometimes it is overwhelming. And I will also say, when I was in your program, I was very overwhelmed. I have to admit, I was like getting all this stuff from you. And then I had all my business. I would say like my real business and then this. But it all has to kind of come together slowly. And it took me a long time. It took me a long time to even understand all different aspects of what you teach us. The RealVol, the BombBomb. Even just today, I had a meeting with BombBomb because I wasn't using it as I should. I'm like, oh, it can do that. Oh, it can do that. And I've had it for a year. Yeah. So I have a new goal. Okay, I'm going to try to do that with BombBomb now. So there's all these things that you really can utilize, but just take a breath and take your time in doing it. And eventually it will all come together. That's all I can say.
Excellent advice. It doesn't happen overnight. It can be overwhelming, but you just got to keep pushing and eventually it'll happen. So true. You know that you can do a BombBomb video and BombBomb interfaces with RealVol and it can just do a bunch for you, right?
I do know that.
Okay.
My admin knows how to, she's not my admin, but my social media person, whatever. She knows how to do that. I still don't really know how to make it work that way, but she does, so that's good.
When you're doing 40 deals, the idea is not for you to do it, it's for someone else to. You don't want to work, you want to work on your business, not in it. So, as far as that aspect goes. So that's perfect to have her do it.
Yeah.
Oh, you've been so fun. I'm so happy.
Oh, I miss you.
That makes me feel happy. You're making me smile, but
and I will tell you honestly, tomorrow I'm going to get some celery juice. I'm not even kidding. I'm going to do it.
So you have a juicer?
I don't, but I have like a Cuisinart. So.
That might work, but you might get a juicer, but do it. Try it. You can always get it. So,
maybe I'll go get a juicer.
Yeah. I order a good one because I love carrot juice too. And they're kind of hard, but the worst thing about juicing everyone is actually cleaning the juicer. Like I always go, oh my gosh, the juicer. So today I was telling myself, you love cleaning the juicer. This is great. Oh, cleaning the juicer. So I'm going to change my mindset because I know how good it is for me. So, well, I'm going to send you a picture as soon as we're done with what to get on there. I'll also make sure I put it on this podcast. And Rachel, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Krista. I hope I see you again soon.
You will. And you're always welcome back. I love you.
Okay. Love you. Mwah.
Thanks so much for watching my video. You can learn more about how to be a successful real estate professional by watching other videos that I have. And be sure to subscribe to my channel. And as always, make it a great home selling and buying day.